Am I the asshole for not letting my mum walk with me at graduation? My 17 male high school grad ceremony happened last week. A month ago, my friend was telling me how he wants his mum to walk with him at graduation because she never got a chance to graduate herself because she had him and had to immigrate to America and sacrifice prospects of her education to take care of him and her husband. Okay, fair enough, I get where that's coming from. My mum heard about this and started hinting that she would like it if I did the same thing. I didn't think that would be suitable because my understanding is this is something for parents that weren't able to graduate themselves so they can experience it. My mum graduated high school, college, and grad school, so I don't feel it's applicable. I asked her why she wanted that to understand where she's coming from, and she said that she took care of me, helped support me throughout school, etc., so she feels she should be recognised for that, and plus she's an immigrant like my friend's mom. At the risk of sounding ungrateful, I feel like that's just what a parent's supposed to do. To clarify, I'm grateful, but it's not above and beyond to the level of sacrificing your own career and education to take care of others. My dad thought I should just let her in order to avoid a fight, but I didn't feel it would be right, so I said no. Since graduation, my mum has been upset at me for not letting her walk with me. The situation is honestly confusing. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not checking in on my brother's surrogate when I went on a bachelorette party in Cancun? One of my best friends is having her bachelorette party in Cancun, Mexico, and this is my first time outside of Niagara Falls ever leaving the country, and I'm super excited to go. I told my family this, and my older brother is like, "Oh, can you please check in on our surrogate? She's in Cancun." When I first heard it, I was like, sure. But then, I found out that his surrogate is 2 hours drive from Cancun and doesn't live in the safest neighbourhood, and I would need to get a driver. Also, the bachelorette party has a full itinerary, and I am only there for 3.5 days. I told my brother that I won't be able to make it, and he freaks out at me, and is like, "You don't care about family. What happens if Mary, fake name for surrogate, house is filthy and your future niece is born sickly?" He starts going on how it's not even a big deal, and starts saying what is more important, having fun with friends or family. To me, it really rubbed me the wrong way. For one, if he cares so much, he can fly down there right now. His partner is much older and really wealthy, and they go on vacation every couple months, and they just came back from Portugal. Like they could have gone to check in on our surrogate. And they already have her sharing her location and have her send a picture of each meal she eats. And they even got her a Fitbit, like they're tracking her so much. Me not checking in on her house is not going to change anything. I know I initially said yes, but to me, I feel like they're being really unfair here. Am I the asshole for banning my dad from my apartment while I'm gone? So I, 23 female, need to go away on a work trip for a week, and I've asked my younger brother, 18 male, to live in my place and care for my 2 cats. He's excited because he's always lived at my parents', and it's like a dorm trial before college in the fall. Problem is my parents are antsy about him being there alone. Admittedly, I don't live in the best area, but so long as he hangs out indoors and plays video games all week like he's planning, he'll be fine. My dad works in the same city and wants to visit him after work, bring him dinner, make sure he's okay. The problem I have with that is I literally have one house rule that my dad has failed to follow almost every time he has visited. That one rule is that my cats need to be secured in my bedroom with the door closed before the front door opens. My first cat, I've had him for a year now, was either a stray or an outdoor cat before being surrendered to the shelter. While he loves cuddling and being around people, he also desperately wants to go outside, and even now, a year later, he mays at the doors and windows to be let out. Leaving the politics of outdoor cats aside, I live in a very dangerous area for a cat. On one side of my apartment is a 5-lane 2-way road, and on the other side is a 4-lane road, both being very busy. The back of my apartment is a busy bank. If my cat were to get out and run from being scared, it'd practically be a death certificate. Even though I've reminded my dad of this one rule every time he visits, he always opens the front door while the cats are out. I'm vigilant and catch him and remind him, but he always gets defensive and brushes it off as an accident, then does it again, sometimes twice in one visit. He often tries to stand there having conversation with the door open. My parents' cats have gotten out because of this, but because they live in a suburb, they've always been okay. My brother is a little absent-minded and gets absorbed in his video games, so if my dad tries this, while I'm not there, I don't know if he'll catch it before my boy can sneak out. Thus I've banned my dad from my place and he's extremely angry. He keeps insisting that he won't do it again and that he doesn't want my brother there alone. Am I the asshole? Edit. So I talked to my mum about this post and my worries. Particularly that due to the nature of my work, I most likely wouldn't have cell service for the majority of my trip, and thus if something happened it wouldn't be easy to get to me. Also, I found out today my younger kitten needs to be on medication longer when he should have been off before the trip. He's fine, just needs steroid ointment and monitoring. When I initially brought up my trip a few months ago, she was a bit reluctant to stay as it would make her drive time to work 40 minutes longer and make balancing her garden and my cats difficult, but she offered to take over after I explained my worries and said she'd prefer that to my brother. Staying there anyways. I'm helping her garden every weekend, both because I enjoy it and as thanks. She definitely can be trusted to keep the boys up and my dad won't come over. I haven't broken the news to my brother yet. I figure he'll be pretty sad. I do have festival tickets I was going to surprise him with, so I'll tell him about it at the same time to make it up to him. I'll let him hang out for a video game weekend too sometime soon. Am I the asshole for not paying my daughter's tuition after she refuses to talk to me? I, 45 male, decided to stop paying my daughter's 19 female college tuition after she blocked me basically everywhere and won't talk to me. This started about 2 years ago when I found out my then ex-wife Bertha, 44 female, had an emotional affair and was kissing someone else. My ex and my daughter were really close. She was her only daughter while we had 2 younger sons. Though the divorce did change our relationship, I was still in good terms with my daughter. A couple months after that whole mess, one of my friends, Stacey, 30, one female, was really there for me the whole time, and we decided to get together. I don't think our relationship is wrong. We're both over 30 and actual adults. Once again, we were mostly cordial still, though I'm pretty sure my ex made some nasty remarks. Life went on until recently Stacey figured out she was pregnant. I do realise I'm older than the average dad, but once again, I don't think I did anything wrong. I also proposed to her because I do genuinely love her. My sons were entirely supportive and actually pretty excited when I told them. My daughter, on the other hand, got super mad, and presumably this is what led to the blocking silent treatment. All of this happened during December. Stacey gave birth 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about cutting my daughter's tuition for next year because she hasn't been at any family functions and hasn't talked to me since January. She figured it out through her college portal and got really mad once again. She told about how I was marrying to a person so much younger than me and so forth. It's like she only wants me for my money and doesn't want anything to do with me. Edit. I've tried reaching out to her, asking my sons if they could reach out to her, asking mutual friends. She didn't want to talk to me at all.